Are you going to get me, Prada? Hello and welcome everyone to a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Today is Friday. We've made it to the end of another wonderful week of living wild at heart. Sure hoping we can have a nice group of supporters join us today on this live as we do a Friday sanctuary stroll. I already see Marcy Sanborn is watching. Hey, Marcy. I'll say hi before you even get the chance to. Woo! I'm going to get this little bug out of my ear. Pretty Prada. And continue to welcome everyone. There's Marcy. Hello. Be sure to comment and say hi if you're out there and you are watching. We always love hearing from our supporters and followers. Lisa Wallstrom, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, Lisa. Heidi Larkins, getting excited, rightfully so. Happy to make it to another live. Welcome, Heidi. Glad to have you with us, and happy Friday. Tanya Toner, our neighbor in Wisconsin, checking in, saying hi to myself, Olivia, and the cats. Thank you for that. There's Mary Jo saying hi. Hi, Mary. And Prada sends her best to everyone as well. Kind of flanked by the other members of the Pride here, I'll show in a moment, but Prada kind of stealing the show for now. Here comes, speaking of stealing the show, he says, let me just bring my mane right through the frame here. Now that's a show, that's not going to steal the show, that's a show stopper. Judy Toll, hey Judy, happy Friday. That was Taras who just walked by us there. Looks like Prada who is going to go and off and wander her free roaming habitat. I have Stefania over on my right side. And then Lesya right over here hanging out next to this pair of trees here. It is kind of happening here today. We are lucky to be able to invite our donors on site twice a year. And as you know, we here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we're closed to the public, and rightfully so. It's not only part of our mission and vision for our rescues, and with the vision that Tammy originally had when she conceived the Wildcat Sanctuary, but it's what's best for our rescues. But luckily, we're able to invite some of our donors to come on site twice a year. We have an event here in the summer called Summer Safari, and some of you may be familiar with our VIP event, which takes place in the fall. But nonetheless, we are looking forward to welcoming some of our donors on site tomorrow, which means that the sanctuary has been very, very busy with, not only kind of the normal daily chores, which are rather long, but obviously a lot of kind of additional chores, just getting the grounds tidied up and things like that. So the sanctuary is aflutter with hardworking caretakers, hardworking interns, AmeriCorps kicking butt. And so a big shout out and kudos to everyone on the ground here getting ready for a very special and exciting day tomorrow. Hey, Sherry V, good morning to you. And I guess I should point out, Olivia's hanging back inside. She's knocking out some of her work for this weekend. Obviously, the office staff is not in the office over the weekend, and we kind of schedule out our Facebook posts. We make our reels for the weekend, so she's kicking butt inside for the media team, but I always like seeing everybody saying hello to her as well. Katie T saying good morning. Hey, Katie. Oh my, and Daria, who you will be at our donor event tomorrow, and commenting, well, I find myself in the middle of Wisconsin getting ready to pick up 700 pounds of cat litter. Daria, we'll have to meet you with the bobcat and forklift that cat litter out of your vehicle. Holy buckets. 700 pounds of cat litter, a bunch of tuna, and a bunch of watermelons for the Lion Pride. I wonder where you're going. Don't get pulled over, Daria. That's you'll be able to tell them you're going exactly right here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. That's precious cargo. Generous precious cargo. Thank you for those in-kind gifts. That's another thing that's great about that day is everybody bringing extra cat litter, bringing watermelons like you just mentioned, Daria, water bottles, things like that. Thank you. And look who's coming and stomping over here. Hey, you big lug. Happy Friday to you, Mr. Taras. And a happy Friday from Debbie Sams in the comments. Look at that black spot on between those shoulder blades. It's just getting darker and darker, isn't it, Mr. Taras? Yeah, that's a good spot. Let me get your sister in there too. Hey, Brie MacArthur, happy Friday. Katie T saying, I can never tell the Lion sisters apart. Well, maybe they're kind of taking it easy here, so maybe I could do a little IDing here soon. Happy Friday from Debbie Sams. Hey, Debbie. And then, yep, Katie T asking, who is that, as I'm scrolling up the comments. So, right here is Lesya. Lesya. It's kind of pawing at little bugs that are flying around. Lesya, if I could show you a little bit narrower to the top of her head, I'm going to go over to her sister, Stefania, who is kind of hanging out here. Maybe I can get a little better look at you, as long as you don't hide behind that little bush there, pretty lady. But Stefania has a little bit rounder to the top of her head. That's one kind of key that caretakers use to identify these two girls. And the other one, which is always good to look, and certainly probably not the easiest to see on a live post, but it's just Lesya has a small little abrasion on her nose that she's had since she was a cub and since she was arrived. And so looking at that small little abrasion or just kind of abnormality in the fur on her nose is another great way to identify those two. But definitely maybe not the most easy. I'm going to zoom in. If you can look quickly, you can see that mark on the nose that I'm talking about, everyone. So maybe when they're hanging way back out in their habitat, I'm going to be looking for other cues, like the shape of the top of their head, their overall skull shape. But when they get a little bit closer, we can lean on those more kind of surefire cues, like that mark on her nose. It might be a little bit harder to see when those cats are far away. Thank you, Dawn Marie, for your comment, sending all those sweet, beautiful kitties lots of love, hugs, and kisses. Well, thank you for that. Very, very much appreciated. Faith Warner doing some tagging. Love to see it, Faith. Thank you. And a good morning to you as well, Faith. Getting excited about seeing your sponsor boy, Taras and Hinyada. That's exactly right. Today is National Animal Caregiver Day, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't highlight our kick butt caretakers. That's actually one of the things Olivia is working on right now, is a pretty comprehensive reel showing and highlighting our awesome caretakers and all that they make possible for our 140 plus rescues every single day of the year. That's 365 days. That's Christmas Day. That's Thanksgiving Day. We are staffed. Our animal caretakers are here making sacrifices in their personal life to come and make sure that the cats here are getting the type of care that you guys know that they deserve and the type of care that your support is allowing us to give them. And so I'm looking forward to that reel. I can think about all the back-breaking jobs that the caretakers do, anything from cleaning pools to the repetitiveness of their job. It's lots of cleaning. It's a lot of rinse, clean, repeat, rinse, clean, repeat. You probably heard Tammy say this. You probably heard me mention this. Very simply, a lot of work here at the sanctuary is similar to farm work. A lot of heavy lifting, a lot of heaving, a lot of hoeing, hauling big water buckets, hauling bales of straw in the winter, bales of hay, things like that. It's not only physically demanding, but especially we can think about a week like the other week where tragically we had three losses of residents that we all equally care for so much. And so there's not only kind of the physical component, but obviously the emotional component, and just how that factors into a day-to-day job when you're working with animals. And it's just another kind of layer of complexity and something to be acknowledged too, with on top of all the physical strain, the blood, sweat, and tears that our caretakers give here. Karen Daughtry, caretakers are the unsung champions of TWS. And I that means we just need to start singing their song louder. I hope they're not too unsung, but I agree, they certainly are champions here, and all that happens from the excellent care our cats give to us being able to drop everything and go and rescue new cats. It's an amazing level of expertise and champions indeed. See, I have my sunglasses, and sometimes it can get hard to read the comments. Looks like you made a little post on the group page, Hinata, for caretaking shout out, so that's nice of you. Thank you for doing that. Best care anywhere, says Kendra Ditto. Thank you, Kendra. And you'll be able to kind of see a great little depiction or kind of slice of life for the caretakers with this reel Olivia's creating today to help kind of highlight this occasion. So everyone look forward to that. Susan Young, I think I might agree with you saying this isn't the Ukraine Pride. These lions are staying still. They are. Feeling the heat a little bit, I imagine, Stefania. It's hot. I'm gonna sneak under that twig there. It's a little hot today, Susan. Probably nothing compared to that California heat you might experiencing, but rightfully so. These guys are kind of taking it easy, not getting themselves too riled up, as they know it's a little hot and it's a day just to relax. So Taras joining one of his sisters under the shade. Looks like another sister transitioning from the top of her cave into the cool inside of the cave. Just one of those days, Susan, but I agree with you. A little out of character, but maybe just indications of how this group is maturing. Kristen Hurt saying, Judson, I'm needing a dash fix bad. Well, Kristen, I would love to take you over there, but currently, and I can zoom in, talk about caretakers kicking butt, they are currently filling pools, cleaning pools, and or mowing in all of the Wild Woodlands yards. So those cats had their meal this morning. They're temporarily shifted inside. So Jackie and her caretaking team, as well as AmeriCorps, is over and pretty much doing that entire Wild Woodlands area. So Mr. Dashers will be certainly excited about his freshly mowed yard, his newly filled and clean pool, and certainly some added enrichment. So rest assured, Kristen, I know that there's been a lot of cat moves. We actually also just got our kind of updates out to sponsors about some of those cat moves, where those cats are. So we will be going next week to kind of do, Dash included, kind of a full kind of breakdown of all the cat moves that have been happening over there and how everybody's been acclimating to their new spaces. So it'll be a big week next week. Tanya Turner, this is an interesting question. Judson, has anyone at TWS ever switched jobs for the day? I think is something that is kind of built into our jobs here at TWS and really kind of special about the type of team that we have is, there's a lot of crossover. And there's a lot of crossover and cross-pollination of different departments. I'm really lucky to not be cooped up at my desk all the time. I get to do things, granted, depending on how much is on my plate, but I'm able to do things like help out with cleaning, help out with putting out shade cloths. I'm trailer trained, so I can back up all the trailers if they need anything moved like that. I certainly shouldn't focus on myself, but oftentimes I have the caretakers coming to me with awesome ideas for a new TikTok video, or maybe they had a cool photo idea in mind, or they come to me with enrichment that they've created and they know maybe what a cool video would be with it. So I would say that there's a lot of kind of cross-pollination and kind of dipping into other departments. Certainly when it comes to the care of the cats and doing things like shifting and feeding, that comes down to a certain level of training and kind of certification that a staff member needs to have. So there's not going to be any kind of willy-nilly trading of chores when it comes to stuff like that. But certainly a good question. Daniel, you're making me blush, and there's nobody here to witness it except the lion, so I'm happy about that. Thank you for excuse me, always being so complimentary of me. Oh yeah, Bree MacArthur. I did get to work with Elise, sorry if I misspelled the name, No problem. I saw firsthand how hard of a worker she is. Oh, you bet, Bree. If I see Elise walking one way or walking my way and I'm walking hers, I know that I might be in for a big chore and some hard work to be done. She's always got her nose to the ground. That's exactly right. Kathy sharing the video. Thank you for that, Kathy. I don't know what. I'm certainly thankful for this group of VIP members, but Facebook has really been not so kind to the Wildcat Sanctuary when it comes to live post viewership numbers. Maybe it's me, Taras. Maybe it's we need to try to figure out a different direction to try to get back in the algorithm when it comes to these live posts. Again, thankful for any amount of followers that we can get, but certainly I know that we can do better than 40 people. As I scroll through some more comments here. I'd like to maybe see one other cat before we wrap up this live post. Because, just like the caretakers and interns, I kind of have my plate full getting ready for the big day tomorrow, too. Kristen Strong loves Taras's mohawk. It certainly is quite the do, is it not? Maria saying Facebook took the stars away. I hope not. I admit I can still see the stars icon on my phone, so perhaps maybe it's something with the stream is just kind of being a little buggy. That would be my guess, at least. Barb is asking, how is Prada today? And Barb, I recognize that last name. You wouldn't be the mother of the one, the only Bobby, who is one of our superhero maintenance people, or facilities people, rather. But how is Prada? Prada's doing good. We actually started out the live. Look at Stefania she says, get out of my way. I was looking at those people. Prada's doing well. She was actually kind of starting out our live post, hanging back in the grass. Got to zoom in on her, and then she looks like she's moved in her cave for some shade. And this would be Stefania here. And one of our animal care interns is doing their friends and family tour. And so she is curious about the new faces. Yeah, I'm an old face, she says. She says, old and crusty. Let me just see if Gino and Sophie are maybe in their cave. Nice that sun did drop behind a cloud or two. I kind of see two lions heaped up under their platform, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get a great look at them. Nosy lions is right, Susan. Speaking of nosy lions, maybe we'll just go walk over to Aurora and Alana and kind of do our sign off there. There is a plethora, I'm going to use my big word for the day, there's a plethora of various frozen enrichment in our freezer. And next week is going to be a big week for getting some of that enrichment out. Some of it's kind of unique. There's some frozen fruit hanging from chains, frozen, obviously the blood sickles that are hanging from chains, and so it'll be a fun, more maybe animated series of live posts next week. We can look forward to that. Yep, and Gino and Sophie are just napping, so I'm going to keep my voice down. Alrighty. And Aurora and Alana. I have Pandora right across the way. She is out like a light, and we'll let her keep enjoying herself. And here comes Aurora. And that would be Alana in the background. Yeah, Hinata, checking out the bridges that were built. I don't have to drag Olivia down through the deep bush anymore. But that's right. It's Wade, one of our carpentry volunteers, and another gentleman came and totally kicked butt on I think it's a total of 3 different kind of bridge walkways. Heyo, Casey, glad to see you on the live, and I will be even more happy to see you in person tomorrow at Summer Safari. I cannot wait, so looking forward to it just as much as you, Casey. Kelly Sanford saying thank you and signing out, having a good weekend. Thank you too, Kelly. Thank you for tuning in. Kathy White with a fun little tiger emoji. Oh, that's great to hear, Tanya, that these live posts can be a bit of a reprieve from you. I know life can be hard. That's certainly something. I got a lot going on in my world recently. Daniel asking, how is Benji doing and the littles? Well, Benji, and of course, Miss Sophia, we can never talk about one without the other. I was actually down, both Benji and Sophia live in our hospital, Daniel. And I was down talking to Dr. C, our in-house veterinarian, and of course a talk with Dr. C cannot go on without Benji hopping up into my lap and getting some pets, and me giving some churro treats to Sophia as well. So both of those kiddos doing well, and I feel like we need to do checks at the end of every day for Benji to see if Dr. C has tried to put him in his laptop bag or something. Dr. C and Benji are becoming very, very close friends. It's special to see how much of, just how much of a pupil Benji and Sophia are as they live in our hospital and are kind of, maybe learning the ways of what it takes to be a veterinarian, a wild veterinarian, that is. Now, Torben, that's awesome. These are, I always love encouraging our caretakers to check out the comments. You guys say such, I can only parrot back what you all say, but when they get to go and kind of read for themselves how much you guys cherish what they do for the cats, how much you acknowledge of how difficult of a job that it is and how much heart that it takes to do something that they do. It goes a long way. So Torben, thank you for this comment, a very generous comment. The entire TWS team does a fantastic job with heart and soul. I'm grateful for everyone who supports the animals, caretakers, media. The well-being of the animals is their top priority. That's what makes a sanctuary for me. Very, very kind words, Torben, and thank you for identifying that type of ethic among the people here at the Wildcat Sanctuary and how that informs kind of the rest of what you see here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We're just putting our best foot forward for the cats and for the people that support us, and we're very, very thankful for it. That's right, Kathy. You didn't miss it, and I am so glad that you came in and immediately gave a big shout out to the caretakers here at TWS on National Animal Caregiver Day. Always thankful for that lot. Making sure I'm not missing any more comments here. And my glasses are even fogging up. It's hotter than a $5 pistol out here, Alana. I'll need to take off this little vest I have here. But I'm sure it is nice and cool for a cat like you in that little cabana there, your sister, preferring the more kind of solar route there, if you will. But please, please, please keep the love coming in the comments for our caretakers on this special day. And another thing, please look forward to Olivia's reel. She's crafting a reel that's going to do a great job of really just showing what it's like to be a caretaker here at the Wildcat Sanctuary and why we're so thankful for the group that we have here, and thankful for you all seeing the same thing that we see in them, and knowing that our cats are in the best hands possible. Not only expert hands, but compassionate hands, rather. And we're so thankful for it. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their Friday today. Looking forward to maybe some of those who are attending our summer safari event. Looking forward to seeing you in person, thanking you in person for all that you make possible here. And nonetheless, I hope it's a wonderful and safe weekend for everyone, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on Monday.